idol girl back in the days. Yeah, it's finally time for her, right? No, but seriously, we joked a bit for a while, and people was like, "Oh yeah, it's like the new girl." It's like the new girl last week as an episode before her. You know, it's been that for a while with her. Right? It's like she's like one of the main girls. She's the mysterious, Oiran, yeah, the courtesan lady, and she never gets any screen time. You know what I mean? Like, she's kind of funny, I feel, in a sense. You're like, oh yeah, like she's a character, but I'm about to think. Oh yeah. Also, I have to say this again here, right? It was kind of ridiculous last week how I just couldn't hear that it was, Hana Kana that was doing the new girl, right? And she left, of course, but Hana Kana was doing the new girl, and I was just like, who is this voice actor? I kept thinking like, who is this voice actor? She sounds so familiar. But the thing is that, and I was grabbed because I talked to someone on Reddit, and he had the exact same feeling too. It's like, I don't think it is Sakura, Sakura. But when she kept talking, especially when I had a dialogue with her and Sakura, right, in the school, and I was like, they sound so familiar. Yeah, they sound so similar. Like, and I was like, wow, is she doing both voices? And it's kind of funny because, I mean, I've probably seen like almost every anime with Hana Kana, right? Of course, Ichika and so on. Yeah, of course, classic, voice actors in so many animes. But I was just like, she sounded so similar to Sakura. It was so similar. I was like, is this the same voice actor? And this is most of her life was, it sounded like Sakura doing it. Right? But then I read on Reddit, and it's like a lot of people, they was like, yeah, they also thought it was Sakura. They were also like, it sounds Sakura. So I was to my defense, because I was like, last week I was like, how could I not hear there was Hana Kana? But at the same time, I only kept hearing Sakura, especially when they had, the dialogue between each other. I was like, it sounds like the same person having a dialogue. And I was like, yeah, more people also had that feeling. It was so weird, because they really had a similar voice, and I haven't thought about that before, I guess, when I hear Sakura speaking, right? But when I heard them together, it was like, wow, they sound like the same person. It's so weird. But anyway, let's watch the episode. Finally, Yugiri. So 3, 2, 1, and go. Oh, yeah, it's like a classic Japanese festival. Oh, Orians, geishas and so on, yeah. When Yugiri was young, she was hot. Yeah, Yugiri was a hot babe. Zombified, permanent hot babe. Oh yeah. Okay, here she is in a classic Japanese Oiran. Yeah, back in the days. Looks like, Komurosaki! Komurosaki-chan! Yeah, Soros waifu. But of course, Komurosaki, of course, is supposed to be one of these. In Wano, yeah. But definitely, when I see this kind of, courtesan Oiran now, I keep thinking about One Piece, certainly. Because one of the main girls there, right, in the current Wano storyline. Absolutely. Oh, here's some kids. Classic Oiran in training. This is like, this is more, this is Otoko. This is, yeah. Yugiri nee-san! This is her, in training. This is what she's training, yeah. This is like her daughter training, Yeah, so it's kind of classic setting there. She's training these, little girls to become like her, become professional Oirians and so on. Court ladies, yeah. But this is Saga, of course, yeah, of course. She was Oiran Saga. Yeah. He was like, Saga! So, but of course she was in Saga, but like 100 years ago, right? Do. I mean, this is definitely the best opening then. Do. I said every week, man. It's still the best opening. Do. More do. Oh, this was a good opening. No. But Yeah, let's see if we can finally get some Yugiri. I should die this one. Let's play that, yeah. But definitely, I can take One Piece though. Every time I'm just like, oh yeah, it's like Hiyori-chan, yeah. You get the whole Otoko, yeah, the little court girl, it's like betrayed by her so on. And she's all like nee-san and yeah. Saga. Here we go. Oh, Sakura blossoms, everything's very Japan! It's very Japan. She's playing the Shamishan. Because she's the very classic refined lady. Of course she is. She's the Japanese refined lady. She's one of those, what's it called? Flower girl. Like something like that. The flower. You know, what's it called now again? In English. Like a refined flower. Or something like that, but like a Japanese woman. Like a... Yeah, the legendary Oiran. Densetsu Oiran. Yeah, it's like legendary Oiran. Nice. She's an old woman. Yeah, she grew up in the time you have to like blow your. You're gonna get a fire going there with your. It's clearly it's a big sister, you know. She's a little older than everyone else. I mean, that was dangerous. I kind of sleeping on the fire there. Yeah, I think that was kind of dangerous there. She kind of like almost fell asleep on her. But I guess kind of a heart, her hair. Yeah, it's like the... But this is weird though, yeah. It's like Sakura in this. So I mean, they're like, yeah, back in the days, it's like a Japanese historical village thing. Saga, this is like the Kotoro. This is like another Kotoro, yeah. Saga, ladies! Saga! They're like, what? Saga? Like his car follows in there. That's good, yeah, good. Nice. I love it. Yeah, you're gonna follow in the... No! Oh my god, you're all wet here. Yeah. Old school cop uniform. I of course can pick it up right. The Saga leather. She's like, yeah, Saga. But it's like the cop guy in, you know, old school uniform. The same course. But yeah, we saw Junko appear. I guess every girl's gonna appear, you know, as some other, you know, work role. And that's like the reporter guy. I like it's like the Saga back in the days. Like they're explaining here, yeah, the Diamond, the Saga, and the map. They're like when she was young, you know, it was war. Yeah, they had artillery cannons, and she's a very old, refined lady. And a good episode. They give some history of Saga, the educational anime again. Of course it is. Yeah, it was like an educational anime. You know, back in the days when we had Saga and there were wars and they were like Sengoku period and they were fighting each other and so on. Yeah, those old days. And this is like was young Kotoro basically. Yeah. It's probably. I bet you she's gonna come in there and be like, I bet she's gonna be like, oh, this is how I treat those boys. I think she's gonna be like, this guy's annoying. It would be my guess, definitely. That Yugiri is like, so you could train her, you know. He looks like the journalist, right? He's like a younger version of the journalist. He's all the meat, proper guy. This guy, oh my god, it's Aishan in the back in the days. Okay. Here we go. Then legendary Oiran, yeah. Densetsu Oiran. Yeah, nice. And Sakura time here, so like in April, I guess then. This feels very Japan now. It's like a pinweed and the Sakura blossoms. This is like she lived in the classic Japanese era where they have Sakura blossoms and they had a pinwheel, and then a storm hit or something. Ooh. Yeah, that's a good image. Of course, I'm gonna be madly in love with her. Yeah, this scene when he's suddenly approached by her and it's like love at first sight, definitely. Yeah, I mean this is some super love at first sight there. I mean she stands there, the wind is like flowing in her hair, right? The petals are flying. Yes. After she dies, maybe? Truckun? No, he saves her, or she kinda dodged it by like a... She dodged it by like a perfect... Okay, she actually didn't die from... Oh! Oh my god, I was like, Tay, and she was like... Since that word there, I was like, I know, yeah. Yeah, she just gracefully avoided it. So how did she die? She didn't get hit by rickshaw Truckun. Using his own paper there. Yeah. Yes, he's clearly mad in love with Yugiri now. Who wouldn't be? After he sees her in the storm and she perfect dodges as the Truckun of medieval Japan. Yes, like, well, maybe it's like late Meiji Restoration, but whatever. Yeah, it's like Truckun of, yeah, Truckun back in the days, man. But Truckun was like a, was a guy pulling a cart. Yeah, not enough to kill Yugiri. Here we go. It's gonna explain how what an amazing woman she is. Yeah, like she's the ultimate lady. This is like being an idol back in the days, you know. Yeah, she was an idol back when before idol happens, of course. A celebrity among, yeah, definitely. He's doing a Kotaro sneeze effect, yeah. Oh. She falls for him. It's got the pinwheel. What is like a double? That's a cute little. Yeah, see the girls in the. Oh, nice. And the other ones. They haven't seen Sakura yet. They've seen a few of them. Like Sakura was like selling something, you know. Junko got water on her. I mean, obviously, the other girls are gonna appear, right? Like, you know, at some different type almost in the cart. Oh, brings her a comb, yeah. Definitely the most romantic episode so far. It's like in love with her. Well, maybe that and the final episode last season when we see Sakura and Kotaro, but maybe, yeah. But you know, a young boy in love here brings a girl a little accessory, right? Yeah, he's all. I mean, come on. It'd be hard for him to tell the super, you know what? He's gonna die from like a like a hit streak. It's too much for him. She's too attractive. The poor boy. Yeah, he dies from the poor boy. It's too much for him. He dies from his talking to her. He's too attractive, you know. He's like, oh, I can't do it. It makes perfect sense. Very relatable. Very, very relatable episode. He just dies there. He just dies from like, yeah. Oh, this is the old man in the preview. He's eating the octopus thing. Maybe it's a zombie. He's like, he eats the, yeah. Look at him. He has a zombie taste there. Octopus. But he's actually probably like the bartender, right? Where Kitori goes to. It's his nee-san, of course. Like he just stood there paralyzed. He stood there. They're having the flirt around him. He stands there like, like okay, maybe you could like I don't know, work around it somehow. Will he die again? More or less. But I like how he basically dies talking to her. He's like, oh, like, too hot. But yeah, I mean, she's a huge heart, right? As a hair. Not with lily. It's a lily. It's like a lily thing, yeah. Got a big heart, there's a star. It looks kind of, and I mean, the thing is that it's like a heart with an arrow through it, right? You know, her hairpin is like an arrow, yeah. So it's like a heart through the. It's a very lovable. Here's a good angle of it. This in here, yeah. Like the heart is gonna be pierced by the arrow. It's very clear in this episode. But yeah, I mean the grandpa. That looks like the guy at the bar, right? And this is like Kotoro, so that looks like the guy. You know, that he's like the necromancer, kind of like. Here comes the dog suddenly. Yeah, of course he lives there with the old grandpa, and it's. See, it's like a zombie grandpa, right? He keeps eating the dry octopus. It's the zombie taste, man. What's this now? What's that man? He wants to make Saga the greatest, right? It's all about making. It's a historical anime. It's all about making Saga the greatest. This is clearly canon for Saga's backstory. Yeah, this is like we're gonna make Saga the best, you know. Yeah, we're gonna make. That's a great dream. Yeah, it's like Saga. Also bullies. No, this guy. Take a bully first. We haven't seen Lily or Saki yet. I think those are the girls. I was like, no, but you're gonna find all the girls, right? They appear every now and then. We haven't seen Lily or Saki yet, except in the kind of. Oh, here we go, they're together. Of course, you said it. I freaking called it. Oh my god, it's like nee-san Saki. Oh my god, that was a cute scene compared to how I usually treat shrimp. I just said it, man. Like, where's Lily and Saki? And then she goes carrying her there. Okay, yeah, so they're like. Okay, she didn't die inside her. From evil guy. He looks suspicious, man. But it really is like, I guess she will die eventually. And like the episode is like, yeah, I guess she will die eventually. The episode keeps being like, oh, she could avoid that by blocking with her. And I was like, when will she die then? Probably dies in the end, right? She probably dies in the last scene, probably. That's probably it. Yeah, let's compare shamisen from them. Very Japanese. Not as good though as Komurasaki playing the shamisen. Det här episoden. all kind of things. Yeah, it sounds like all kind of, yeah. Yugiri, yeah, I was like, I have a lot of skills. It's like, okay, yeah, Yeah. A bit more realistic. No, it's a dream, man. You gotta dream. Just bring Saga back, right? Yeah, you gotta have a dream. Should be a warlord or something. You can make Saga bigger. Ooh, he's like, gonna make a family with her? Oh, yeah. Can make maybe a family. Yeah. Ooh. It's not that easy for him to confess his love, I guess. And he dies again from overheating. Yeah, basically. He dies again from her. She's so attractive, he dies again, basically. Yeah, it's like, oh. Just thinking about marrying Yugiri is like a death sentence for any man. Some oddball. Some weirdo running around with some weird guy that likes Saga too much. Got some willpower at least. It's a weird episode. He has a dream to make the perfect saga. Does it relate to the zombies later? Does it relate to them being like this is his dream and that's why he started zombie necromancy or something? Is it related to the general dream of creating a ZombieLand? I don't know, zombie idol group? Yeah, in the past it's barbaric, but in the future we have idol girls. This guy got it. He's like, well, today we can't save Saga because we don't have idol girls anymore, but you know, soon, right? If it's like, I don't know, the episode it's almost over now. Yeah, it's gonna be 2 episodes of Yugiri. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's better to die basically the end here, but they have to really resolve this storyline. So I guess there'll be 2 episodes of Yugiri. She finally gets some backstory, she gets 2 episodes. She gets so much backstory, she gets double. She gets the double backstory. He's finally getting the followers. His arm is growing. Oh my god, he's finally getting assistance. Then she got that Comder, yeah. Lovable accessory. And a pinwheel. It's gonna be a character maybe? On the... I don't know, it's just like a... Yeah, no, like a... And the whole book could be a... I guess it's like a secret note of sorts. Okay. So actually it was some kind of assassin thing. I don't know, some kind of order. But this is like a weird episode. Like this, like, it didn't resolve the storyline. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there was definitely the weirdest flashback. He's kind of set up some kind of, talking about some civil war and yeah, you know, saga and so on. And then it didn't resolve anything, right? It didn't resolve Yugiri's backstory. She didn't die in the backstory. So it clearly it's gonna be one more episode, but I wonder if it's gonna be real. You know, will this backstory be important for later on? What Kotor's doing? I guess so. Like, they have to be kind of connected back to how he's trying to save Saga. Yeah, it was definitely the most story-intense episode from like a. But from like a really weird angle. Usually it's, you know, here's like Lily and her father, and then she dies and like all sad, right? Or, you know, but here's like some kind of civil war kind of set up. It's like, what? So yeah, but it has to be at least one more episode. So Yugiri finally gets a backstory. It's like at least 2 episode backstory. They've never done this before. I don't think so. I mean, obviously, except Lily has 2 episodes, right? But they've never done 2 episodes in a row with the same character. In like a backstory thing, I suppose. We did have, of course, Yugiri I, right? This season, but there wasn't a backstory, of course. It wasn't like I guess a little backstory, I suppose, because there was the whole Iron Frill thing, but not that much though. Yeah, I'm interested in the preview now and see what the preview is gonna cover. I mean, there has to be more on this, of course. Yeah, inspiring gentleman to give me and the old man. Yeah, the saga incident part 2. And that's like, this is sayonara. Then it's like sayonara this. Yeah, but what a very different episode than usual. There was no singing number either. Yeah, there was not even an idol dance number. What a very different episode. And but I mean, him trying to, you know, how say it, save Saga or something has to be like a coming into the whole necromancy thing. This was the best scene though, definitely. When Yugiri stands there and the flower petals his flies and it's like a storm and he's all like, oh, perfect woman. He basically dies there. He dies like 3 times over the episode. He's like, Yugiri, you're too beautiful. Yeah, he completely, you know, breaks apart every time he sees her. She's just so attractive. That was the best scene though. That was beautiful. For me, also gave me the goosebumps. I think it was a very nice scene. She's a very, you know, well-refined, beautiful lady there. And then we kind of, you know, the camera kind of passes out to him, and yeah, they you know, they stare at each other. It was very romantic. It was very romantic. We kind of pan out there, and where is that scene? Yeah, you know, and it kind of keeps like flowing. Her hair is like, you know, pinning in the wind and everything. But I have to say, I really like this coming here because this is the best scene. Because I mean, what happened later, right, is that rickshaw that was called a cart that is pulling, that legendary tie was in. You see you later. And that's like really great scene because when I saw her, you know, coming here in the rickshaw, of course you think that here's tie, of course, legendary tie kind of there. But it's a really good scene because when you saw it happening, right, I think it's really well done because first it's like a lovable scene, right? Yugiri, he meets Yugiri, the flowers are flowing, the wind, the pinwheels, you know, everything is like, oh my god, the most beautiful woman ever, you know, in that kind of way, right? And then you see this like truck coming. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, she's gonna die now. You know what I mean? When I saw it coming, I was like, oh shit, did like legendary tie, like the second tie kind of tie in the backstory. Did she kill Yugiri? Because she's like, coming in the rickshaw. But no, she actually just avoided it perfectly. So it was kind of like, that was a great, you know, because of course being, you know, how this anime usually is, you're kind of used to them getting killed in, you know, in weird ways, right? Sakura, of course, will kill immediately. She's like, I'm going to school, bam, dead, right? You know, doing the idol thing and dead and so on, right? So I felt when I saw it, saying, oh, here's like a very beautiful, romantic scene, right? She meets the love of her life, and bam, she's dead. Like, yeah, she's dead. That would have fit this anime that she suddenly would die, right? From meeting him and then she got hit by a truck. That would have been this anime, definitely. But, nah, she actually avoided it. Yeah, she avoided it. So that was kind of interesting, actually. That took me for a little, oh, yes, surprising thing. And I don't know. I mean, I guess the saga thing is going to be involved in the necromancer, right? I mean, the old man looks like the necromancer. He looks like the bartender guy. So, I mean, certainly that's going to be relevant, I suppose, in the actual, you know, storyline, right, in the present time, and so on. But otherwise, it was cute seeing everyone. The dog appears with the grandpa list, though. Zombie dog has been alive for 100+ years. And it was cute seeing the other characters. I was just saying that in reaction, I was like, where's my Lily and Saki? And then it's like, Saki is carrying Lily on her back, like, come on, yeah. And she's like, come on, little sister. Yeah, but that was the best thing, come on. That was the best stuff, because you know she always bullies Lily around here. But in this version, they were like sisters. It's like, come on, Imoto-chan. Yeah, and Lily's crying, and Saki's like, I got you, honey. So, come on, this is definitely the best thing when I see Saki carrying Lily. And I guess everyone just had like one scene each, right? Yeah. I don't think anyone appeared more than once. And these are the only characters appearing together, right? Yeah, they only had Lily and Saki together, and everyone else appeared separately. And it wasn't based on order, because Saki is not, you know, the number 2, so yeah, it wasn't based on like, the order thing. Sakura was first though. Sakura was outstanding in a stall, and then we saw like Junko, right? Junko getting into the water. But definitely it's kind of funny because you watch the anime, you kind of like, you know, automatically you read it's like every girl's gonna appear every now and then. So you got in your brain you're like, where can I find the next zombie character? You know, it's like find Valda, like oh no, I'm trying to find him here. Yeah, like immediately you're like, oh, when's the next girl gonna appear, right? And I think it's Junko. Yeah, she gets by the water and gets all angry. Yeah, she gets all like, no, bastards! Yeah, you ruined my dress. She get that kind of scene. So everyone popped in once, but given that the episode was done, they probably will set the thing next week, right? They're gonna probably reveal what's gonna do, and I guess it's gonna has to be. This episode here didn't do it all really, it's and kind of zombies, but I guess next episode it has to be. I say has to, but I have a hard time seeing going anywhere else. Next episode has to be kind of coming into, you know, Yugiri and zombies, right? There has to be something, and I don't mean her dying. I mean that this backstory actually has something. It's 2 episodes, right? With the whole saga backstory thing that has to do with how they invented necromancer thing, something like that. That would be my guess definitely. Like next episode's gonna come into, and then she actually maybe saw a zombie then, you know, before she died, right? She actually knew about zombies before she turned into a zombie herself, something like that. And then we're also probably gonna see all the other girls like Junko and I and so on probably gonna appear, you know, 1 minute here and there, right? Probably like this episode. But yeah, very different episode than previously. I think especially they didn't have a singing number. There was no idol. Yeah, there was no music in the episode. That's probably I would say the biggest difference. Again, very straight up big difference, right? There was no singing. There was no dancing, right? There was. I guess she played the shamisen. I suppose she played the shamisen for like a minute, but you know what I mean. It wasn't really like. But even the shamisen, she didn't do like, you know, like a shamisen, you know, music performance. She kind of played a little shamisen when they were talking in 2 different scenes. She didn't actually, you know, play a kind of actual, I'll say a full shamisen song, right? So it wasn't even that either. But yeah, a good different episode. But we asked for finally a Yugiri flashback, and then we're getting at least 2 episodes of Yugiri. But I think I'm gonna be right next episode. It has to be that Yugiri with the grandpa, and I mean he looks like the bartender, right? So it might actually be the same character because he's some kind of necromancer. So it would make sense that he actually would be alive back and actually be surviving. And interesting that because the dog actually might be the same dog, right? The dog might just be the necromancer dog. The undead dog might just be the same undead dog, right? That's been, you know, undead for like 200 years, whatever. Right? That actually might be a thing, right? So I hope they're gonna have some interesting reveal next week. But anyway, guys, wrap up episode. See us a few hours with the course. How to summon Demon Lord, Diablo summon his harem, and tomorrow we have Black Clover, One Piece probably, and